most of the work that we've done so far with Algeblocks has been on the basic mat, which looks like a full page divided, split into two with a minus negative side in gray and the positive side in white. There is another mat that is called the Quadrants mat that Algeblocks has, and that one is split into 4 pieces, and this is where we will be using the plastic, what's called factor tracks. So the 4 pieces are, the 4 quadrants are, can also be either positive or negative, and you see that now the positive is in the top right and the negative is in the bottom, and the positive is in the bottom left, and then the negatives are in the top left and bottom right. Now, in terms of what the meaning of each of the pieces, each of the locations, it's still the same. We'll get to talk about why the mat is structured the way it is in a minute, but the meaning is still the same. So, for example, if we have these 1s on the positive side, then it is going to be a +2. And then there's this x squared on the negative side, minus x squared. So the interpretation of the pieces is still going to be the same. Now, if we look at the bottom, we have y squared here, and then y, and then the 1. So what this actually is modeling is a negative y squared minus 1 plus y plus 1 plus 2y minus 1. So that's what's being modeled. Now, if we would like to simplify this, we can certainly do that if we can find 0 pairs. Now, I see a 0 pair. Remember, 0 pair is the same piece on a positive and a negative field. Well, there's a 0 pair. Here, you could have taken the other 0 pair, for example, this one. Doesn't really matter, and simplified that because that value of that is 0. So then we could look at, well, what's in the negatives? In the negative fields, we have minus y squared and minus 1. And now in the positive, we have a y here and 2 y's here. All of those are positive. So there's a total of 3 y's on the positive side. So that's the way we would simplify things. Notice that these 2 y's are not a 0 pair because they're both on the positive. Those do not they do not equal 0. So the 0 pairs are still looking at, are still pieces that are identical on either side of on a positive and a negative side.